I had a conversation this morning with a gentleman who, very similar to me, has been doing the same job for 30 years. This particular gentleman is just feels paralyzed because he doesn't know what to do. He's incredibly unhappy doing what he's doing. He's in a miserable place in his life. And man, it just sounds so familiar to my past. But he said to me, I just don't know what to do. I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I don't want to do what I'm doing. I need to do what I'm doing, but I don't want to move myself in this direction anymore. What do I do? And I said, listen, rebuilding your life, restarting at a later age is an incredibly scary thing, especially if you don't have the resources behind you. That if you're out of work and you're trying to explore new options, if you don't have that cushion behind you and you have family obligations, it's a terrifying notion. It's a terrifying thought to think, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to rebuild my life. But I have all these responsibilities behind me. And I said to him, you are me 6 years ago. This is where I was. I was in an absolutely horrible place, professionally, personally, relationship-wise. And I knew I needed to make major changes in my life. So I will tell you that in 4 months, I filed for divorce. I quit my job, sold my house. I got divorced. I got a new job. I got a new apartment, and I moved my life forward. Was it perfect? No, it was terrifying. It was probably the scariest and most awful 4 months of my life. But if I didn't take those steps, I knew that I was going to be in a really, really bad place. So what I decided was that this couldn't be a long-term thing. If I was going to do this, I had to do it all in, everything going, no matter the outcome, I had to go for it. And I accomplished all that in 4 months, and it transformed my life. I'm in a great situation now. I am in a job that I love. Things are going well. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. Are there struggles every day? Absolutely. But I took that chance. And some of those chances were thought out. Some of those were defined choices that I was going to make. And others were just, I got to do this. When you're in the middle of a divorce and you're selling your house and then you go ahead and you quit your job, a lot of bad things can come of that. I was remarkably lucky to find something, a career that I had been looking at for many, many years, but couldn't get in the door. And finally it came around, and it was just fate, timing, whatever you want to call it. But the important thing was that at 58, I rebuilt my life. You can rebuild your life at any point in your life. What's holding you back is your mindset, and it's your thought process, and it's your conditioning that you can't change, that you have to continue what you're doing for all the right reasons, right? You want to take care of your family. You want to provide. You want to be in a stable environment. You want to have a roof over your head. Taking those chances are terrifying. But when you think it out, when you think about that process, when you say, you know what, I have these skills. Are they where they need to be to do the transformation? Maybe not, but you have the foundation to help move yourself forward. And for me, that meant doing something that I was passionate about. And for me, giving back is what I'm passionate about. So the career I landed was working for an organization that is passionate about providing for kids and doing all the best things that they can for kids. Moving out of my house was what I needed to do to reset the foundation, right? I could have probably stayed in the house, bought out my share of it and stayed there, but the memories were so overwhelming that I needed to get out. If I was going to make this change, then getting rid of the house had to be part of it. So finding something new, coordinating, packing up the house after 25 years, it was terrifying, and it was sad, and it was at times a bit overwhelming with everything that I had going on at the same time and juggling all that. But my point to you today is that when you set your mind to something, when you set your mind to say, and you condition yourself to say, I'm going to make this change because, and then you list all of the becauses, all of the reasons that you want to move yourself forward. When you lay that all out, it's all possible. Everything that you set in front of you is possible when you have that mindset of getting it done. When you are committed, when you steadfast, when you believe in yourself, and that's what it really comes down to. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you can pull it off, if you think that it's bigger than you are, then it's not going to work. When you believe that you can do it and understand that there's going to be struggles along the way, that there's going to be adversity along the way, overcoming that adversity is the greatest thing that can happen to you. It is that confidence booster. It is that validation that you can do whatever it is that you want at any age that you want. And I'm here to tell you today, because one of the interesting things that I've learned about YouTube is that you can find the demographics of people that are listening to you. So my demographics, to be very transparent, my biggest demographic is between 25 and 35-year-old people. If you're in that age group, the world is absolutely wide open for you. There is not a thing you can't do at that age. You can completely recreate yourself. When you get into the higher numbers, like me at 58, perhaps the choices are a little bit more limited because some of the things take time to come through. And honestly, at that point, you don't have that luxury of time necessarily. You got to kind of hit the ground running and just be really, really motivated and inspired and really have everything together and kind of play it all out. This is where sometimes coaches really come in because they're going to help you kind of clarify that, and you're going to work that all out. One of the things that I had never done in my life and that I'm doing now is a vision board. And I've heard about vision boards for a long time. For me, a vision board is very much like the journaling that I do, where I lay it out in front of me and being visual to see everything that I want to accomplish and really everything that has not worked for me. What this is all the good, this is all the bad. Where do I want to be? Well, I want to shift all the bad to the good. I want to have everything that I think is important to me, not that I think, that I know is important to me. It can be overwhelming to say, I'm going to do all this and I'm going to make this happen. And there's that commitment, there's that time commitment, there's that sacrifice, because if you're in a relationship and you want to go completely all in, absolutely completely all in, there are sacrifices, not just by you, but by your partner and by your family. They have to kind of buy into what it all is. I'm not saying that they have to accept it all, but it's important that they understand the why. Why are you doing it? What's the passion around it? What's the end game? What's the goal? What do you really want to accomplish in your life? When everyone is engaged in what you're doing and they have your back and they go, yeah, I get it. You deserve this. Go for it. We understand the sacrifices around it. It changes really the whole dynamic of what you're trying to do. But the important thing is, no matter your age, no matter your circumstances, you can re-architect your life for it to be whatever it is you want it to be. Is it hard? Yes. Is it overwhelming at times? Yes. Are there obstacles? Yes. But when you realize how strong you really are and when you are that determined to make it happen, you will make it happen. So my message to you today is this: no matter the age, no matter the situation, when you want to redefine who you are, when you want to re-architect your life, when you want to shift gears and do what it really is important to you and you're passionate about, go for it. All in, 100%. But most importantly, believe in yourself. Believe that you can accomplish it. Look at all of the things that you have done in your life. Use that as the fuel to move yourself forward. It is something that I'm very proud that I was able to accomplish, and I'm happy. I'm elated to work with anyone that is looking for guidance on re-architecting their life and taking their life to the next level. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.